Hello everyone, this is Martin and welcome to another video. Thanks for tuning in, and this one is called Summer Vacation Teachers Comments. Hey guys, I'm on my summer vacation and I want you to take a look over here. No, that's not me. I never really was interested in surfing at all, and there's a lot of other crazy and interesting things one can do during the summer vacation. So by the way, one of them, when you're on vacation, is not trading Forex. You've got to sometimes spend a little bit of time, relax, and get away from trading. Anyways, I'm ready for my summer vacation. That means no more free signals for the next 3 weeks. Now, don't worry. I'll still produce and send you the weekend videos with invaluable lessons and tips. We're still in the final phase of training, and the best is still to come. Okay, one of the most important things you can do as a trader is to actually stop trading occasionally and take a breath and relax a bit. Sort of a self mini vacation. Then give yourself an honest evaluation on your progress. It's best to keep a journal and write down what's working for you and what you need to improve on. As your teacher and mentor, I'm going to give myself a grading score, A, B, C, or whatever, on various aspects of my teaching, and then share my self-evaluation grades with you. And after watching this video, I want you to get started and do the same. Then share your personal evaluation results with me. We'll both benefit when we do this. I suggest you take a short mini vacation along with me and spend some time to reflect upon your trading journey so far. Finally, I'll review this past week's free trading signals. You'll be surprised at the results, and as always, there's something to learn. Okay, guys, this is me. This is Martin right here. I'm a proud Canadian trader. You can see that right here. And guys, if you want to receive my free ABC Forex signals, okay, just send me your email address to mine right here, mskyj007@gmail.com, okay? And I'll have more information on this later in the video. Now, before we get started, we're going to look at this past week's trading activity, the free signals, see what happened, see what the results were. I'm going to show you the actual trading levels, the entry, the stop loss, the take profits, and so on. Before we do that, I've got my humble disclaimer, which I want you to focus your eyes on here. My free signal service is an educational program only. I'm trying to teach you how to trade correctly and not give you any specific investment advice. It's your responsibility to evaluate the relevance of my advice and content. Don't blame me if you lose all your money. You probably weren't paying attention to what I'm teaching you, and you're not following my instructions. Since we're trading with real money, only risk a maximum 1% of your account balance, guys. And for new traders, trade on a demo account only for the first 2 or 3 months to see exactly what this program is and what it can offer you. Okay, let's take a look at the trading signals. This past week, we're talking about the week from August 2nd to the 6th. Okay, and you can see here, first of all, from a previous held over trade signal from July the 27th, it was a sell Australian dollar, Japanese yen. Guys, this was a winner for approximately 10 pips, and you're probably wondering, 10 pips now, what kind of profit is that? Well, I'll tell you how we derived at that when we look at the actual chart. But basically, we did get 10 pips profit, which is better than nothing, and it did hit our stop loss, which we actually moved higher, and that's that is the reason for this 10 pips. But a win is a win. Now, from July to 29th, it was a buy of gold versus the USD. XAU is the symbol for gold, guys. This was a loss, and we have an exit rule. This price here reversed and crossed the DTL line. Okay, so the exit rule stopped us out, and we limited our loss. Okay, now on August 2nd, this is the first trade signal during this previous week. The first signal I issued on August 2nd was to buy the EURJPY, guys. This ended up being a big winner, approximately 74 pips, and yes, it did hit the second take profit level. So good win. Congrats to all of you who took this win. Okay, let's take a look at the next trade here on August the 3rd. I sent a sell euro Japanese yen trade, guys, and right now it has retraced, and what I want you to do is just keep it open. It hasn't crossed the DTL line. It is coming down again, so in our direction. So just keep it open for now. There's no results as of yet. Okay, and then finally on August the 4th, there was a buy USDCAD winner here. And this was a good winner. It hit the first take profit. It was good for about 43 pips. And so as we total the entire previous week, we have total wins for approximately 161 pips here, guys. And that's less the gold loss. Now, I can't tell you exactly what the loss was. If you took the trade, a lot of you didn't take the trade. Only a few of you did. So again, it depends on what your entry lot size was and everything else. But anyways, it's 161 pips minus the gold trade. Okay, so that's what happened last week. Let's get on to the very first chart, and this was the sell Australian Japanese yen. So you can see it was on this day. Again, this is from the previous week. Okay, it was on July the 27th. It was a sell Australian Japanese yen. There's the sell right there. And you can see the next day it retraced, came back down, then the next day after that, and down again. And finally, right over here on this day, okay, let me just use this on this with this particular candle, guys. It did hit the first take profit, okay, right there, okay, with that candle, and that was really good win. So congrats for holding on to the trade and taking a win on that one. Okay, and you can see in the meantime price now gone back and reversed again. Okay, so from our initial entry here, price did finally go down, hit our first take profit. Okay, so let's get on to the next one, and let's just take a look here. It was the gold USD. So it was a buy trade that I issued out on this particular day. You can see here is the actual signal. Okay, you can see that right there. And after this day, price did go up. Yes, I know it hit the resistance if you look at the far left here, but often price with momentum, okay, you can see the candles after price had gone up here, candles were very small candles, reversing finally with a big, huge momentum candle to the upside. Definitely thought that price was going to keep going to the upside, and it didn't. It from here it went down, went sideways, and again there was a chance that price would go higher, and it did not. So with this candle right here, guys, there's two things that happened. First of all, your first position, if you were trading with two positions, would have been closed, okay, automatically by hitting the stop loss. Okay, let me just get that. So here's the entry, original entry, 1828. Here's the original stop. Okay, so you see with this candle right here, it did hit our stop loss. Your first position would have been out. Your second position, you should have closed it regardless. Even better than being stopped out because it did cross the DTL and close below the DTL line. So you should have closed your second position regardless, okay? And avoided this. Let me just take that away. Avoided what happened next. You can see, guys, wow, price went right down with this huge, mega huge black candle. So you would have avoided all of this. You would have limited your loss if you're paying attention and following my instructions. Okay, so that's again, that's a loss. Okay, so let's continue with the next trade, and that would be the buy euro CAD. Okay, again, you can see when you are on my list to receive my free trade signals, you always get this information. I give you the buy entry. You can see here at 1.4844. On the chart, it looks like that. So that would be your buy entry. Stop loss 1.4718, your first take profit target and second take profit target. So you get all this information. All you have to do is just follow the instruction, guys, and you'll be okay. Okay, so let's take a look at the trade here. Here's our entry candle. It was a buy EURJPY. So let me just bring that right over. So we got in at the close of this candle or the open of the next candle. Some of you may have gotten in at a lower price because I always, in my instructions, I give you the buy entry level right here, 1.4844. Then I always say, or better, in case price goes lower first, then enter a buy trade at a lower price. So some of you tend to wait after the Asian market opens, you know, and you would have maybe gotten in at a slightly better price, a lower price than my actual entry. But you can see what happened here on the next day. Right here, price actually went up, okay, and hit our second take profit target, okay? So you can see that right over there, okay? So not only did it hit our first take profit target where your first position would have been closed, but your second take profit target for your second position, guys. And once that happens, then you actually could move your stop loss up to, well, both first, you know, I would have, okay, the second position still would have been open, but then here you would have moved your stop up to just above the break even, and with this candle, then you would have been stopped, your second position would have been stopped out. But we did reach our second take profit level for a really good win there. Okay, so that happened there, and so again, congrats for taking the trade and having a winner. And let's take a look at the next one. The next signal was the sell Euro Japanese yen, guys. And you can see what happened. Here is the signal. Let me just mark that in. There's the signal. We got in right here. Okay, the next day price retraced, and now price is starting to come down again. Hopefully it comes down to hit our first take profit level of 128.96. So guys, and this is our stop loss. Okay, so we do not move the stop just yet. Okay, once we get down lower than the first take profit, I'm sorry, lower than our original entry, then you could move your stop lower. But right now we're waiting for price to come down. So the instructions are just to keep this trade open over the weekend to the beginning of this new week and see what happens. Okay, so that was that on the sell Euro Japanese yen. And then finally our last trade, buy the USDCAD, guys. Here is the candle where I got you in. I asked you to open up a trade at 1.2535. You can see that right there, okay? And our first take profit of 1.2578, second take profit of 1.2613. And guys, with this, after we got in there, price did go down. Hopefully you did not close your trade. I never issued a signal. I never sent you any instruction to close it. And the next day, price did go up, and you see the high wick there. It did actually hit our first take profit level of 125.78. So that is what happened this previous week. It was still a pretty good week, actually a very good week, except for the gold trade. And depending on where you got in on gold, depending on your lot size, I don't know what the size of your loss was or anything like that. But the main thing is we did limit our loss with the crossing the dominant trend line rule, and also we had our stop loss in place. Okay, so let's get going to our main lesson, and that is the teacher's statement. This is what I want to tell you. This is my statement after a reflection on what's happened over the last 3, 4, 5 months, maybe over the last, since I started my signals last October. But I think good teachers can really inspire and help students to become better. I also believe that the best teachers also strive to become better and constantly evaluate themselves and continue to make changes to help their students. They need to see that their efforts can make a difference. And guys, I always enjoy getting back feedback and emails from you guys. A lot of you guys are telling me that you have greatly improved your trading and really settled in on your patience for money management, and good things are happening to you. So again, congrats to you on that. Now, I'm going to self-criticize myself on 3 important areas that I'm constantly reviewing, okay, that I'm constantly reviewing to see how I can improve. And the very first area, overall quality of content, that is the free signals I send out to you. So having gone back to the past, for the longest part, I had close to an 80% winning ratio, wins to losses, and that is really good. Over the last month, the winning ratio has come down a bit. I find that trading, the markets are erratic. There are no really set patterns to the market. They're really, really short-term swings to the upside, to the downside. They're reversing all the time, and often the markets are contracting. That means there isn't one currency that is really leading the way. Generally, the USD has become much stronger based on economic news over the past month and a half. So that's one currency we want to seriously watch as well. And often the CAD and the Swiss franc have done really well again as well against the other currencies. The Canadian dollar is now falling, guys, and that's something we've got to watch out for. But when a currency falls, we know there's always a reversal, and that may be short term, and that's what makes trading difficult. So the quality of the signals has generally been really good. Since I started offering the free trade signals lately, I'm still satisfied. But I'm going to give myself an overall grading. And when I talk about grading, we're talking about A, B, C, or D. We'll do that in just a second. Okay, so right now it's just a preamble on the main areas that I'm constantly reviewing to see how I can improve. So the next area is communicating with my students, guys. I think I'm doing fairly well. My overall aim is to provide my signals that are very easy to follow. The instructions are fairly easy. They're not complex. There aren't a lot of rules, and it's aimed to keep the signals consistent. So when you get a signal, you know exactly what to do. You're not always second guessing or changing the rules, and also communicating this information with my students. I think I've done a pretty good job with that as well. So customer service and feedback. Now, I am getting a lot of emails from students. I'm trying to answer most of the emails as quickly as I can. Sometimes I'm a little bit late because I'm just overwhelmed with a lot of work, and also recently with my move up north to Wasaga Beach. And so customer service, I sometimes wonder how effective I am. Am I explaining myself clearly? Am I giving the best answers possible? I think I'm doing a pretty good job as well, but we'll get to the actual grading in just a moment, guys, okay? And let's take a look. So the very first area of concern for me would be the overall quality of content. My free signals. Are my free signals about the best I can offer you? Are they good quality signals that can help you improve your trading and help make you money? And again, if I was to grade myself, I'm going to grade myself I'm going to give myself, for the work I do, an A, okay? So this is an A for the overall quality of content. The last month has been a little bit more difficult, but and once September starts and things get back to normal, I expect the quality of the trading signals to actually go up again. Okay, so communicating with my students. Now, this is how I send the signals to you, through my emails, and how easy it is. I guess you don't realize it does take me a little bit longer than you think to be able to come up with the daily signals and send this information to you, also with my analysis and that. It does take a long time, guys, longer than I thought, okay? But when it comes to communicating with my students, I think I've done a pretty good job. I think there is room for improvements, and perhaps one of them is sending the signals via social network, maybe through Telegram or some other service. But anyways, I'm going to say a B. Okay, I'm going to give myself a B plus. Okay, for communicating with my students. Now, finally, customer service and feedback with my students. Now, this is often a really tricky area to evaluate because I do often get a ton of emails, everything from students asking me for the most basic help possible to some really good questions and everything else. But it is difficult to give everyone a really good, lengthy answer. I try to keep my answers as short as possible. I try to keep on top of my emails so I don't get behind. It is often difficult because I am really, truly busy right now. But again, I'm going to give the customer service and feedback a B plus as well on this one. Okay, so again, I think I'm doing a pretty good job, and you guys will have to respond back. Let me know what you think of my self-evaluation. Do you think my quality of signals deserves an A? Do you believe my communicating with you and sending the signals deserves a B plus? And customer service and feedback with my students, that's you communicating with me in your emails and then me giving you the answers. Is that deserving of a B plus as well? Okay, so now as I mentioned at the beginning of the video, guys, I want you to start and do the exact same thing. Take a mini holiday along with me. Figure out, just take a rest, take a breather, even if it's just for a week. If you're going to continue trading while I'm not around for the next 3 weeks, then take most trades on a demo account and have some fun with it. In other words, take a look, do your analysis, pick 2 or 3 trade ideas, and then see what happens on the next day. This is another way of keeping activated and keeping in tune with your trading. So just because I'm not here doesn't mean you have to stop trading. But if I were you, I would just stop for a week or so, refresh, and give yourself a grade as well. So the quality of the free signals, did they help grow your account? Okay, are the quality of the signals really good, or are there some signals that you just never trade? Are there some reasons you don't trade? Are you still second guessing my signals? Anyways, give yourself an A, B, C, or whatever you want. Okay, number 2 here, guys. Okay, so this is number 1. Number 2, for your self-evaluation, the learning process. Was my learning process, since you started with me, easy to learn? Was it stress-free? Like, did it help you to become stress-free and for you to gain more patience and discipline in your trading? Did it help reduce losses? Okay, so the learning process, and you should know what that is, by now. If you don't, go back to some previous videos. But basically, did I help reduce some losses, or were you able to better manage your funds while you're trading alongside with me? So again, give yourself an A, B, C, or whatever. Okay, and then finally, what do you need to work on? Like, basically, did you stick to the program? So I'm spending a lot of time sending you free signals, often on a daily basis, okay? And I do value them very highly. I take all trade signals myself, okay? I'm not holding back. So there's the transparency, guys. I take the trade signals and I do exactly what I'm telling you to do. But did you stick to the program? Were you changing the program? Were you trying to make it better? Were you still not feeling it from an emotional point of view? I mean, what do you need to work on? And again, were you able to follow along with me? So give yourself an A, B, C, or whatever again. Okay, so this is what I want you to do, and send me your results in a short email, guys. Okay, this would be great because I can only learn from you. Give me the feedback. not only are you going to learn and you're going to benefit, but I'm going to benefit. So send me your results on these 3 questions. Grade yourself A, B, C, or whatever you want. And you can also add a couple of extra comments in your email just to help me along. So hopefully that makes sense for you, and we are pretty well finished. Let's take a look here with my free signals. If you want to receive them, and I'll put you on my VIP list, send them to right here, mskyj007@gmail.com. So again, mskyj007@gmail.com. Send me your email telling me you want to receive my free signals, okay? And tell me, provide your first name and tell me the country that you're living in, okay? So that would be fantastic, guys. I'd be more than happy to help you. And finally, here is me again on my vacation and having a great time. Cheers from Canada, guys. Subscribe if you're a new if you watch this video for the first time. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell button or icon below the video. And as always, you can send me some comments. And please, if you felt that you received some valuable information with this video, click on the like button, guys. This is what keeps me going, and it's going to help me think about you while I'm on vacation. So click the like button. Take care, guys. We'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.